Alright, so a brief history of drinking age in the United States. We'd have to start before 1984 when the National Minimum Drinking Age Act was put into place. And before then, states were pretty much allowed to regulate the drinking age by themselves, individually. And some states like Utah would have outright bans of alcohol, while other states would have more, they'd be able to choose. Some of them would have like 16 as the age, 18, 21. And they would, be able to decide how they would enforce the laws in their own states. And problems started happening in areas like New Jersey, where the drinking age was 21, and kids there would go up to New York, where the drinking age was 18, and they purchase alcohol and come back and get drunk. And then that way they could just kind of get around the laws of New Jersey. This kind of prompted MADD, M-A-D-D, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, to push for a national minimum drinking age. And in 1984, it was passed by the United States Congress. And MADD's arguments for it is that, studies that have almost always been with just rats would indicate that the brain is not fully developed until age 21. And that you could actually really cause some damage if you drink a lot before then. And that they also claim that they saved like 900 lives per year ever since it was passed. And ever since then, now the states have pretty much upheld this, and this is pretty much because if they do not uphold the National Minimum Drinking Age Act, the federal government would then enact the Federal Highway Act, and this would cut the state's federal highway funding by 10%. And seeing as that would cost them millions and millions of dollars, there's no way they'd ever really stand up against that. And my question with this is it constitutional? And the 14th Amendment states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States, and that no state shall make or enforce any laws which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Now, reading this, I would ask, are all American citizens receiving equal protection of the law if acts like the National Minimum Drinking Age Act are in place? And I think the answer to that would have to be no. I mean, if you're 18, you're a citizen of the United States, but you can't purchase alcohol, and if you do and you're caught, you can go to jail, you can get fined, MIPs, and that's not equal protection of the law. Some counter arguments for that would be that the Constitution's dated, and the government needs to step in if people are harming themselves, and they need to protect people from themselves, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, we've always prided ourselves of individual freedoms and the right to self-governance, and this pretty much goes against that. When a state decides that it needs to make decisions for the people, that's not really a democracy in my eyes.
The 14th Amendment states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
Trees of green and red roses too, I watched them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Why shouldn't it be 21? Because it shouldn't be 21 because obviously high schoolers now drink, so it's like it doesn't really matter. And I just believe it should be 18. But if it's 18, I think you shouldn't be able to get your license until like age 20.
Why shouldn't you get your license until you're 20?
Because we're pretty stupid when we drink.
The colors of the rainbow, so so pretty in the sky are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Everybody gotta save themselves. Make the coolie on the pono.